Yo, what's going on? It's breaking news, baby. Breaking news. First time ever. An impromptu House of Nerd live weeknight episode. Hey, listen. What's going on? Like, yo, what could make us like say, yo, it's a Tuesday night. We've never done this before. We do the Sunday morning thing, 11 a.m. Eastern every Sunday. We ain't never done a live during the week. But what's going on? What's going on that made us say, yo, we need to go live right now. We need to be talking about this. Batgirl, canceled, bro. I don't. To be honest, I'm discombobulated. I'm flabbergasted. I don't even know what to think. My head is spinning. Things is crazy. Yo, we brought on the big homie Ruben to talk this breaking news, man. Shit. What's going on, guys? I mean, I'm a little flustered right now. I don't even know. My head, like I said, my head's spinning, man. Batgirl canceled. Who saw this one coming?
Nobody. This is bonkers. This is like cinematic history bonkers, man. Like nobody could have seen this. When I first saw the New York Post, first of all, New York Post does not do entertainment. They do all the above, like everything else, And so they said that, and everybody was just like, haha, that is not true. Funny rumor. That can't be true. That can't be true. I looked at that like, there's no way. That's weird. But why would somebody like New York Post say that when it's obviously not true? And then the snowball, Hollywood Reporter, Variety, it just took off, and it's confirmed to be true. Unless Warner Brothers Discovery is the only people we haven't heard from. They haven't commented on anything. But this is just wild.
You saw Leslie Grace removed the suit reveal from her Instagram.
What? It was there like 30 minutes ago.
So that makes it official. Let's play this.
She unpinned it. She unpinned it. That's what you're talking about.
Same difference.
Quick little intro.
She said, "Bye, got my check. Bye."
That makes it official. House of Nerd News Network Special Edition. Here we go, baby. That's it. Oh no, wrong one.
I was about to say that was the most anticlimactic.
All that hard work.
Hey man, hey, this is impromptu live, man. This is impromptu live. We're just trying to get the ball rolling here. Yes, Batgirl canceled. First of all, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before for a major studio film. Apparently like somewhere between $80 and $90 million has already been pumped into this production. The filming was wrapped, I think, a couple months ago. They're in post-production, and they decided to scrap it. It's so according to multiple news outlets, Variety and different ones. It's not that it's being pushed to like streaming to HBO Max or something like that. They're not releasing it. There are no plans to release it at this point, which is like when have you ever seen something like this?
Never.
We're hearing different reasons, rumors as to why it may have been canceled. There's a reshuffling at WB Warner Brothers Discovery. They had the recent merger, like the second merger in like 5 years. Anytime you have major corporations, merging, there's cuts and all kinds of craziness. We're reading that the reception, they did some screening. They're saying it was really bad and that, the reception was poor, that they would require, reshoots and this and that. So we're hearing different things. I mean, the first thing that kind of comes to mind, say the film has been poorly received. Okay, let's just go along. Let's argue that for a second. You know, if you've already pumped 80 to 90 million into this production, and you know the heads are thinking, yo, we might need to reshoot some stuff. We might need to pump in another 10 to 15 mil for reshoots and all that good stuff. Like, to me, just from a financial standpoint, it would make sense to kind of go ahead and reshoot. You know, spend that extra, extra money to finish it
It's what
up.
Aquaman's
To
doing.
fix it.
Oh well, they're saying now that it's taxes, that the film after the merge, that it would have it would have cost $30 to $50 million more to release it and market it properly. That it was too small for a stream and too big for theaters.
Too small
I
for
mean,
stream.
you know what the
Yeah.
I meant. It's hot in here. Asshole.
It was always an HBO Max original. And
Yeah,
so
but
this
they
is just
were,
bonkers.
but the thought to reroute it since the budget grew, because apparently the budget grew to 90 because of the COVID protocols and stuff.
Oh,
So
they
it
were
went
they were
from, yeah.
they were entertaining doing to Batgirl what they did for Blue Beetle, because Blue Beetle is officially a theatrical release.
Well,
and
you
not
know,
an
nothing's
HBO Max.
official right now. They accent
It's
stuff.
yo, we're not
Man.
gonna go there. If they touch Blue Beetle, I'll keep this censor friendly. I'm done. If they cancel Blue Beetle, that is just messed up.
I mean,
This is messed up
already
too.
messed up. Yeah, this is already messed up. Just before we move this forward anymore, I just wanted to quick shout out to those who joining the impromptu live. Shout out to the Fresh Princess in the house. Shout out to Inja Binja in the house. The big homie Deviant, who's doing big things on his channel right now. Go check out his YouTube channel, Deviant Productions. I see Sheena in the chats. What's going on? I hope everything is good and blessed with you guys today. Joining on this crazy hot Tuesday summer evening, man. Listen, we finally, we got a leading Latina, superhero character, on the big screen, and it's canceled. And the reasons we're hearing are just they're not making any sense right now, man. It's kind of hard to wrap my head around this one. I mean, what are your thoughts on this, man? Because I know nobody's seen this one coming.
You were talking about it earlier, and to be honest, this wasn't a movie that I necessarily was looking out for. I was gonna watch it regardless, but it wasn't something like, oh, we need a Batgirl movie right now. Mm-hmm. And I even thought the timing was funny because they announced all of these movies at a time where it was already like shaky. I feel like in the industry financially, and with all the merging and streamers and all the stuff that was going on, it felt weird. And so for it not to come to fruition, it kind of feels like, okay. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that unless you like were specifically like a Batgirl, like, oh, I've been waiting years for this movie. Or and I loved the casting. Everybody, J.K. Simmons, Leslie Grace,
Brendan Fraser, Firefly,
especially Brendan Fraser. Yeah. So it sounded cool. It never felt, I guess, maybe with DC, sometimes their movies don't ever feel real until they're about to be released. Like we know for sure they're about to be released. You know what I mean?
We know that now more than ever.
Because I always feel like with DC, there's always some like behind the scenes drama that gets like pushed out into the media, and it's like, is this like Black Adam? How many years have they been talking about The Rock is Black Adam? You know what I mean? So like, is this movie even real? Like we've seen clips from behind the scenes and stuff, but it's just like, but did you guys make a full movie for real? Like, who knows?
I mean, you're not. Listen, DC, the DC film division. There's been no like kind of like a framework, a plan.
There's so much
consistent plan, and like we know what's
running things,
right? It's the polar opposite of the MCU, right? Just in terms of like we know what's coming. Like every year, we know what's coming with the DCU. They've got like their game plan.
You mean
3 4
MCU?
years, 5 years out. Yeah, DCU, MCU, excuse me. Out ahead of time. There's always little tweaks here and there, but with DC, I mean, we've had like how many different films have we heard is in pre-production and then it gets canceled for whatever
They need to put
reason?
the animated universe's leader in charge of
Hmm.
the EU because
Mhm.
it's too much. And then, but you know what? I feel like it hurts and it kind of helps because I like the wild card aspect of DC films. Because like out of all the movies to get made, like who would have thought like a Joaquin Phoenix Joker? You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like I like the sporadicness of it because it beats up the monotony of like MCU films where it's pretty cookie cutter
Yeah.
at this point. But also I could see where for people who have been waiting and waiting and waiting, it's super frustrating. And then for this to already be in post production and to get canceled is that's the wild part to me because it's like did it not do that good or is it the tax thing? And even with the tax thing, you've already spent $90 million. You might as well post it somewhere or somebody's gonna leak it or it's gonna be some other drama around it. So
Oh, this is gonna. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's already some kind of a hashtag campaign on the socials to have this
There is.
released. Oh,
oh,
there
this
you
could
go.
be a PR
Save
stunt
Batgirl.
too. This could be a PR stunt to garner more attention for the film and the fandom and stuff because how many times have we seen, especially in recent times, where they cancel something or they shelve something and then those fans rally around and they get that shit released. So
So we're gonna have leaked images, leaked scenes for sure. It's gonna it's gonna things are gonna be interesting over the next little while. I think, man. I think it's gonna be a circus. I'm kind of, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it as long as at the end of the day this movie's released. Man, there's no. I mean, I don't know. Deviant has a comment here. Alan Horn was brought back. That was big news. Just recently. This was like what, a week or two ago.
Hmm.
He announced he was coming back on the film side of things. So the new what is it, CEO or Zaslav wants to make the DC the flagship. Things are going to be crazy for some time. So I mean, I don't know if there's any relate or connection to Alan Horn coming back and they're just going in a different direction, man. But yeah, like I said, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And from I mean, I know how you're saying you weren't like necessarily like hyped for this one, but I gotta be honest. Not necessarily the DC film that maybe a lot of fans were asking for, but it's hard not to get hyped. Like you see her in the bat suit, you know. Leslie Grace is dope too, right? So I don't know, man.
but
I don't know.
but again, a lot of stuff like they canceled that J.J. Abrams project back in June over at HBO. It was supposed to cost like $200 million, and they canceled Scoob, the Haunted Holidays. That was $40 million. They
Yeah.
canceled CNN Plus. That was $200 million.
What was he in?
So they were looking to save $3 billion total, and this is one of the projects that fell on the wayside.
But this was in post production, man.
But the cost of marketing, that's what they're, and the taxes on the movie, they're saying would have doubled that. So 90 million they've already spent, and it would have been almost double that to release it properly. They're saying.
I guess there's some sense to that, but I mean, if Disney after the Fox acquisition can release something like New Mutants and find a way for that to be seen, I just don't see what the difference is here completely. Like, I know it's like a circumstantial
Oh, we get to
thing.
see Sergio's pop-up ads on the side.
Hey,
Huh.
hey, never mind what pop-up ads
those algorithms.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the newly installed Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav. Yeah, prioritizing cost-cutting measures. and refocusing Warner's on creating theatrical films rather than projects for streaming.
Wonder Twins. He canceled Wonder Twins too because that was
Oh,
he
yeah,
believed it
that's
was
right.
too expensive for HBO Max.
And you actually auditioned for that. You too?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
the monkey.
Oh,
What? What's
you
his
said
name?
I auditioned for the monkey?
I said I auditioned for the monkey. Stop
You said
gaslighting.
you and Sergio are the twins, and I'm wow.
Wonder
So,
Twin Powers. So,
So-
here's my thing. Here's my like my thing with ever since the get-go, all the way back to Man of Steel BVS days, Warner Brothers has never ever been good about PR. And so if they keep dropping these bombs, all this negative press, and then they don't make up for it, and then so the public has every reason to sit there and say, you don't know what you're doing, it's a shit show.
Oh,
DC
but here's
films
the
are
thing
doomed.
about nerds. Y'all are still gonna watch the next one that comes out.
Not the general audience.
General
That's what
audience
matters.
doesn't care. General audience, I don't believe that the general audience was looking for Batgirl. I feel like they would have watched it
Well,
if it was
generally
on
though.
streaming. Oh no,
I mean, but
I
you
don't feel
you
like
don't-
nobody's loyal. I don't feel like there's true loyalty, and unless you're like hardcore like Loki info. But like, how many times has DC like they like Suicide Squad? How big everybody said how bad that was, and then they released another Suicide Squad movie, and they're like, oh, it's a different direction or a different, blah blah blah, and y'all all went to go see that one. So it's like there's no,
And it
you
was
guys are gonna
amazing.
see it. No, I'm saying like you guys are gonna see the next one. Like, let's not act like when Blue Beetle drops, y'all not gonna go see it. You know what I mean? Like,
Of course, I'm gonna support that movie. Of course, I don't have any bad I don't hate Warner Brothers. I'm just saying they're making so many bad moves and they're not making up for it. Like if they really want to put out this fire tomorrow, they need to announce something mind blowing, like Henry Cavill coming back, or
I don't think they
the
need to put
next-
out a fire. I think that they're making the money they need to make, and they're content with that. They know that you're gonna eat the crumbs they leave you. And
PR is important.
But they already have like a notoriety, is what I'm saying. Like, this isn't the first time they've done this. I feel like they've been shuffling and restructuring since like Christopher Nolan. I remember news headlines about leaked emails back then and stuff like that. Like, they've been not that company.
In a constant state of flux, their film division for sure.
There are
the
filmmakers
even on the
tweeting about
comics
this.
side of things, to be honest. So one of the reasons floating
Oh, we're
around.
looking for Christmas stuff.
I didn't catch that. So one of the reasons floating around is and you touched on this was the budget too big to justify for the streaming platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not big enough. It's not like a tentpole release for a theatrical, release, which doesn't is a lot of bullshit, to be honest. I mean, you look at like just even dollar wise, look at something like the new Lord of the Rings Amazon Prime series.
But that's different.
Their budget is
That's
somewhere in the range of like 300 mil or something.
But we're talking about a franchise that can stand that $300 million budget.
DC is a franchise, man. Warner Bros. Like this the Batgirl film itself. Like, you've got Michael Keaton returning, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have who else did they add to the cast? So you had Batman 89, okay. You had the first leading Latina, which is gonna draw in, the Latin audience, right? You had J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon, right? Brendan Fraser, who's hot right now. So they had some names attached, right?
But I don't feel like individually they all have their followings, but cohesively I'm sure they have numbers, guys. And so I feel like they looked at the numbers projection wise. Like, if it's not viable, then it's not viable for them, because they already paid. I saw some people comment like, sorry for the actors who put all their time into this. And at the end of the day, they got paid. So it's not like nobody didn't get paid for this. But and I'm pretty sure for a movie this size, nobody has any backdoor like deals on percentages for revenue, that kind of stuff. But like, if at the end of the day, like, you know, if they decide to pick it up later again, and honestly, if this doesn't get revived in any capacity, I don't see them even trying to do another Batgirl movie for a decade or more if she's even relevant in any capacity.
If they do, that'd be really sad, and they don't bring Leslie Grace back.
Hey, I'm just reading now that so they were trying to Warner Brothers Discovery, 300 million, in cuts, right? That they're looking for. No, sorry, 3 billion. 3 billion in cost savings. They're looking to find 3 billion in cost savings. Another one of the HBO Max streaming, they canceled the Gordita Chronicles.
Well, they already announced that they were cutting live action kids programming.
Right?
So
Like,
I'm not surprised. I haven't even heard anybody talk about 99% of the shows on there. But I will say that Jellystone is hilarious. I do watch Jellystone on HBO Max.
Hey, what was Steven's comment there? Sorry. They're going to restructure to have their DC dedicated studio. That's part of Horn's prerogative. Hope it's going to be a new start for them. Hey, okay, so say I mean, looking at the bigger picture, right? It's kind of just maybe bad timing. It didn't fit Batgirl for what they're trying to do now, and they're really going to have like their own, DC dedicated studio, right?
Mhm.
Focusing on just the DC Comics brand of films. In the long term, would you guys kind of accept this, like, them dropping this from their lineup for potentially a more steady, like a solid framework, a structure, a solid slate, like we know, like a reliability on the DC film side?
If they released Shazam and then they were like, hey, we're starting over after this, right? Like there's nothing is in continuity, we're rebooting. If they announce that tomorrow, I would be okay with that, because I feel like that's something that DC is lacking, is direction. Even I feel like there could be a cohesiveness with their shows. There could be a cohesiveness with their gaming division. Like it's just all over the place. It's super chaotic. And I feel like a lot of times people will say stuff and it's like, can you take that at face value? There's how many Batmans in, the universe right now. And I just feel like you have your side movies. Like, I'm not even saying make Robert Pattinson the canon Batman necessarily or anything like that. But I feel like it feels like a lot going on. And honestly, it's when you have like an entity like Marvel that's so easy to keep up with, that people are going to gravitate to. I know what's happening, even though there's a lot of history there. It's easy to be like, let me get caught up on Marvel shit.
So I was gonna say it probably is a creative thing. Like, what if they're like a part of it is, Zaslav? So Batgirl, that was greenlit, written, everything by the previous leadership of Warner Brothers before the merger. What if Zaslav? Because Zaslav came in and said DC needs to be cleaner, cohesive. We need a Superman. All these things that gave everybody hope. What if he saw Batgirl, the script, with Keaton, with the confusion, with the how the heck is this Keaton here in this DCEU Batgirl, J.K. Simmons, and we just saw Ben Affleck get announced for Aquaman to replace Keaton's scenes. What if he doesn't like the idea of Keaton coming back for the DCEU Batman? What if he just wants him for the Flash Batman for all that multiverse stuff? Like, what if? I mean, it might be a creative thing. I don't know. It's just me trying to be positive, like holding out hope for this might be for the better, but we'll see.
Real quick, just shout out to Comics and Pops. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate any time you come through. Deviant Productions saying, I want a real reboot for some time now. And you know what? A lot of the DC fans have been asking for a hard reboot, something more of a shared universe like the MCU. And I think that's what you were getting there at, Elle. You want something more cohesive.
Yeah, and they fumbled the ball with that with Justice League, because I feel like they have the perfect actors for all of their characters right now.
Yeah,
I'm not for a
but
hard
they
reboot
wasted they wasted so much time and so much energy, you know,
And money.
having petty fights and infighting and having racists and, you know, just like stuff that could have easily been avoided or vetted people better. But I do feel like, you know, a proper universe where, you know, XYZ, it's like we know the direction it's going in more or less, and it makes sense in terms of all of the movies they're releasing, then I feel like, yeah.
So hold that thought out, because okay, we got Alonso Rojas joining us. Thank you for joining us, homie. He's saying they'll probably reshoot the ending of The Flash, which has had its own set of problems right now.
That's another video.
Focus on the DC Trinity, Batfleck, Henry Cavill Superman, and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and make Darkseid the main villain of the DCU. So it sounds like, Alonso, you're thinking, really, I mean, that's not like they'll go back to at least
Don't
pick
say
up
it.
on the Snyderverse, you know?
Well, the
he said
issue-
it.
Those are
He
his
said
guys.
it.
The issue
Those are
with
his
that
guys.
though is how much older they are now versus when the series started. So you got Ben Affleck almost 50, Henry Cavill, you know what I mean? So for them to physically, are they going to want to put their bodies through that regiment to keep going? And
It's only been 5 years, and they're all still healthy.
no, but there's like a certain level of bulk you have to be to maintain, you know, physical continuity in these films. And are they going to want to, especially Ben Affleck?
I mean, I feel like
He's
Henry
already
Cavill is
whined about
constantly in Superman shape, and
Well, that's because
Wonder
we
Woman
see Daddy Witcher in the bathtub. You know what I'm saying?
and Wonder Woman is still there, thriving.
Oh, not her.
So-
Now you're just saying she's there.
Yeah.
But even with her, like
I
she
said
keeps
thriving.
you said she keeps popping out babies. Is she even gonna want to keep, you know, doing these movies, or should she be a stay-at-home mom? Remember when you told me that?
Me?
You're wild.
It was one of you.
So, Al, you're saying you want more of a
Not me.
proper direction, a shared universe. Do you have a preference whether they continue and they have a direction, at least picking up some of that Snyderverse stuff, or just like
Okay, so my only
reboot,
issue,
like just fresh, and we want it like let's make it, you know, like
I
this is-
feel like something
I vote
fresh,
soft reboot.
but I also feel like I think maybe as much as, you know, Zack Snyder is polarizing, I feel like I can appreciate his work, but I also feel like maybe going the Zack Snyder route originally might have been too stylized a visual style, and it kind of like turned some people off of it. So I feel like if they can like keep the level of intensity, but just maybe dial back the Snyder's aspect of it, like, because make it palatable for more people than just Zack Snyder fans.
Mhm.
And if they did a hard reboot, I'd be down for it. If they did a hard reboot and use the same actors, I would be down for that too.
Well, see, that's why
Soft
a
reboot
soft
is a
reboot
cop
would
out
work.
because here's the Flashpoint, and I feel like that's such a cop out for like almost every major like comic book company. Is, well, actually, guys, there was like this time paradox. Actually, guys, this was Earth 2. So like it's kind of annoying, but like I mean, we accept it. We still buy that shit every year, every time they do a new.
Hey, they do it in comics, man. Why not in film? But
And
listen,
that's what I was gonna say. It works.
yeah. Deviant saying, why not a part of a shared universe? But like for comics, DC is very strong, and Elseworlds, they have to keep that.
Agree.
So,
I love
so
that.
more
I
of
love
like,
this stuff not in continuity.
So more of like the Joker's standalone, the
Mhm.
Batman is standalone.
Mhm. The series, I feel like too.
So how is that different than really what they're kind of doing now? Because we already have the Joker, we already have the Batman. And
Oh,
they're
because
doing-
they fucked it up.
And nobody's crossing over.
So some crossover between the standalones. Is that what you're saying, Ruben?
No, I'm saying nobody. I was like complimenting your point. Like they are doing that, and there's no crossover, so that's not really conflicting.
Okay. Jonathan Eccleston. I hope I pronounced that right. Thanks for joining us.
Doesn't sound like you did.
Eccleston? No, I feel like Eccleston is the right pronunciation.
Comment the pronunciation.
Jonathan, Sazlar does not want to go near the Snyderverse and won't use that. I honestly feel at this point, like to keep asking for that universe, that fandom, and I'm a massive Zack Snyder fan. I love the Snyderverse, but I think, it's time to, like, it's not happening. It's not happening. You got too many people in charge, Jim Lee recently, I think at San Diego Comic-Con, there's no plans, who was saying, I think, you know what? I just want a cohesiveness, I want
If you want to talk about budgets, man, Snyder
You
stuff
know?
is expensive.
But you have Snyder backing it, though. You know what I mean? So it's like risk versus reward the risk is lower because it was Snyder.
Twitter isn't the general audience, though. I don't think there would be enough backing. If there was Snyder Cut, whatever, that would have. I don't think Snyder Cut did as good as people think it did.
So you're one of those people, huh?
I love all of everything Snyder did. I love all of it. If he came back, that would be amazing. But I'm just being real.
Yeah.
Like Man of Steel, BVS, those should have done better. It's like it sucks because I love those movies. So I'm sitting here like, why didn't that click with the rest of the audience?
I hear what you're saying, but I feel like historically DC films have felt like they've done underwhelming in box office compared to other big budget movies. But again, I think when you're in the fandom, it's kind of hard to be like separate yourself from being a fan and looking at the numbers and being like, I'm just a statistician. I'm just looking at the stats and then I'm looking at the numbers but I feel like every time a movie has come out for DC, I'm like, that's all it did. Like, that's all it did. Like, but for me as a fan, I'm like, that should have been like a $500 million opening weekend. But really, it's like $5 opening weekend. It's like, yeah, because nobody fucking cares except for me.
Hey, he said Jonathan's saying the Flash and Blue Beetle on the chopping block right now. I've been saying for some time, even before this news, I don't see how they can put out the Flash. I honestly don't.
If they do, it'll be.
I mean, if I feel like this is like it's telling now. They're telling on themselves. If they're willing to chop Batgirl, who's already done filming and post production, then the Flash has got to be next. I don't even want to put out $200 million. It's crazy.
That budget's huge, man. Like, I can't see. But again, I didn't. After today's news, I've seen it all. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then Black Adam, of course, we got slated to come out. Shazam, Aquaman. He's thinking they'll come out, but then moving forward, it's some fresh new stuff. So this is kind of where they're drawing the line, right? Hey, as tough as it is to say, Blue Beetle might be next, man. I don't know. It's I swear to God, I feel like we riot if they cancel Blue Beetle, bro.
I need a drink.
I've been waiting for homie to like, even when they announced it that they were gonna move it to streaming, like, it was disappointing. But I was like, at the end of the day, you know what? It's cool. We're getting the movie because even if it's coming direct to stream, you still get some good content, right?
Oh yeah, the fact that it's happening, I was still grateful for it. Though I will say for a hot second, like, I was sitting there like, why are they putting all the minorities on streaming? Black Canary, Blue Beetle, Batgirl, all HBO Max. But then they put Blue Beetle on the big screen. I was like, okay, so that's a start. But I hope it's safe.
Oh, okay. I see what Deviant says. They're saying they would have a DC studio and a separate Black Label division. You could have a big shared universe, akin to like the MCU, and then a Black Label film division would handle the stuff like the Joker, or even like a separate, like, the Batman film franchise, right? You know what? Honestly, I think.
Well, when they released Joker, they kind of, we know it's Joker, obviously, but they didn't promote it as DC Joker. They promoted it as a Warner Brothers movie. So to me, it was never a question of, is this in continuity or, and I think that to the general audience too, like, I think it was very apparent that this is a separate entity.
I think Salazar has a vision for the DCU and wants to do it, so a reboot coming. No way the Flash surviving. I honestly don't think so. I feel like the Blue Beetle has a better chance at this point.
How would you feel though if they axed the Flash?
You know what? Honestly, I actually mentioned this off air. If the Flash was canceled, I'd be disappointed because I'm very much looking forward to that film. You know, with Batfleck and with Keaton, the multiverse, all that stuff. With
Supergirl,
Sasha Calle, Supergirl, like, yo, come on. But it would be a lot more understandable than Batgirl getting canceled because of all the problem and the drama surrounding Ezra Miller, right? Like you can see how problematic it can be for a studio like WB.
But I also feel like maybe that's another reason why Batgirl might have been axed. Maybe they're doing it preemptively because something was about to break. Because that could be something too. Depending on who's involved, because sometimes it's easier to cut your losses now than to be entangled in something later.
Alonso saying, just kill the Flash movie and continue with the DCEU with the main actors. So, you know, like your Cavills, your daddy.
That's what I'm saying. Do that.
But that's what I'm saying. How is that viable with the age that the actors are, for them to keep up that level of athleticism for the next 5-10 years?
Yeah.
But look at the Marvel actors.
Ben Affleck will be 60.
50s.
Yeah.
Who?
Robert Downey Jr., Anthony
But
Mackie.
he's dead.
Don
Iron
Cheadle.
Man dead. Don Cheadle is gone. He's not in the movies no more.
Well, but that just happened.
But I'm saying they're getting rid of their olds. But that's not the same thing as the Holy Trinity, though. You know what I'm saying? Like Batman,
she said
Wonder
Holy
Woman. It is. They're the Holy Trinity. It's not the same thing. Like you can have
Superman, Batman.
Yeah, you can have I was about to say Tony Hawk. You can have Tony Stark. You can have all these other people, but it's like there's an ensemble. The cast is big enough to where they can distribute it more. But like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, they're not interchangeable.
I think it can.
So in 10 years, a 60-year-old Ben Affleck playing Batman is like, are they at that time? Are they willing and open to introducing a younger character? Like, are they going to do Batman Beyond? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
this is a can of worms, but Affleck, I still believe, doesn't want to do Batman full time, but he's open to the cameos versus Cavill.
And they're all dead. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're all old and dead. Well, Black Widow, she was whatever, old and dead, doesn't matter.
Only Trinity for the MCU is Iron Man, Cap, and Black Widow. Get Black Widow, man.
That's how they try to push it. They made her death seem so important, but I promise you, when it happened, I said, "Good riddance."
So listen,
they did her dirty with that
saying
movie.
the DCU needs a Kevin Feige.
Well, they're working on that, Alonso. They said they're trying to get a czar for the DC EU, right. But we'll see.
So my thing. The thing that I love about the DC films, I agree that they need consistency, a direction, a game plan, an actual game plan, and stick to it. A framework there. But what I love about the DC films is they might not be as connected and cohesive as the MCU, but they each have their own voice, their own style, their own tone. MCU was cool, but at this point I could care less because it's the same cookie cutter
over and over again.
Every film for the most part is the same bland caca flavor, bro. DC films will make them so good, in my opinion, is look how different they are from Birds of Prey, right? To Suicide Squad, to Man of Steel, right? To Wonder Woman,
That's what I like about DC.
They need that kind of driving force, that cohesion, but like I don't want another MCU. That's the furthest thing that I want,
No. I've shared this hot take with you before, Sergio, but the Marvel Netflix stuff, I would prefer over the MCU any day.
I like. Hey, listen, Daredevil season 1 is some of the best comic book content we've ever gotten. Period. Film
Jessica
or
Jones, Luke
TV,
Cage.
right? So Disney's gonna Disneyfy other content. I mean separate subject, but I'm like very skeptical to see what they're gonna do with Daredevil, bringing him into the MCU. I don't have my hopes up by any means.
That's a can of worms. We'll talk about that.
That's a
when it
whole
comes
nother,
to-
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
have plenty to say, but yeah,
man,
they
yeah.
won't
I
budge
mean,
on mature content, but yeah.
yeah, like a lot, like
She could stay on though, to be honest. And you know what? Even, I just don't. I'm just not a fan of Scarlett Johansson personally. I'm not a fan of Black Widow in MCU. In comic books, she's fine, but I'm just wasn't a fan. Not interested in the movie.
mhm.
Jeremy Renner, I don't understand how he was ever cast as Hawkeye. No shade. We'll
He's
never.
also old.
He's also like 75. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. How does old ass survive all those battles? Like, you got no
If
superpower, no
Secret
nothing.
Wars is bringing them back, but here's the thing: with Marvel producing it and making it, like we're talking about, they're gonna obviously be using age regression, touch-up work on these actors. So it's not like so for a movie, it's fine. For appearances, it's fine. But to carry a movie with age progression, like CGI and stuff,
Crazy.
he is hot prison guy. Jeremy Renner.
In what movie or show?
Hey,
Yeah, they never.
we got Roel Torres, Bad Kids Press, writer of Franken
Weenie.
No. Franken Rocker and the Jailbait punks, man.
That's the thing, though. The Rock can be 50. He's not a pillar of the DCU, the DCEU.
Even though people think he's saying he is, he's not.
He's not.
Or they say there's people are
Your
saying that
argument
he's
is
saying
this.
that.
Oh, but that's the whole direction that they're trying to move, is to have The Rock, to have Black Adam be.
You think that's the move? I don't think that's the move at all. I feel like they committed to it and they're putting it out, and then they're not going to touch it again.
Well, I mean, with the new restructuring at Warner Brothers Discovery, and with the changes that they're making now, yeah, I feel like that might have been the game plan, but I don't see how.
Shazam 2. After Shazam comes out, they're not going to touch that again. Shazam, Black Adam, they're not touching those movies again.
Why
Which
not?
is
Why
a
you
damn
saying
shame,
that?
because Shazam is one of the better DC films.
Yes.
In your opinion,
Agreed.
though,
Agreed.
I agree with you,
Excuse me?
but I don't hear, huh?
Excuse me.
No, I'm saying I agree with you. I loved Shazam, but I don't feel like they treat Shazam with like the level of respect, or per se, that they do their other titles. Because when the other movies were coming out, it was hype, but when Shazam came out, it kind of came out.
But that was previous leadership, and like Shazam came out 3 weeks later, boom, Avengers Endgame, and then it could have been like
But
$200
again,
million more.
that was a decision made by the studios. They knew Endgame was coming out.
Yeah, that was a really stupid move. But that leadership, that they're gone. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Well, it's kind of happening again because it's going to go up against Avatar, kind of. And
The
Wakanda
Rock looks a
Forever.
lot more fit than Jeremy Renner. You know what? Petition to make The Rock Hawkeye. I don't know. There's something about Jeremy Renner that I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And isn't he like a racist or like didn't he like hit his wife or something?
I don't mess with that guy. We're talking DC though. Hey, DC super pets. So Jonathan saying is a flop. Hey, 23 million opening weekend for an animated film, which was pushed heavy.
How much did Minions make?
Rock's direction.
Hey, we're not talking about Minions.
I don't know.
How much did Minions make?
How much did
It's a rough year for
I know
animated
Minions did
films.
numbers. They did numbers.
Let's see.
How much did
Minions
Lightyear
2
make? Lightyear didn't do good.
box office. It's streaming tomorrow on Disney Plus too. Lightyear.
For good reason.
Not Despicable Me 2. Minions: The Rise of Gru. Let's see.
But yeah, but there was the big push. It was
$107 million opening weekend on the 5th Despicable Me movie.
Yeah,
So like DC Pets.
When was that though?
The same. It came out July 1st. Yeah, it just came out not too long ago, right before DC Pets.
I thought that was like.
But I will say this: my kids have asked to see Minions and Rise of Gru. They have not said nothing about DC Pets. They are excited about that Batman Cars show, though. That Cars.
That
or
looks
whatever it's
so
called.
dumb.
Oh, my kids are 4 and 5, so thank you for calling them dumb.
I said that the movie looks dumb. I didn't.
It's a TV show for little kids. Ruben, chill.
Hey, we got Roel.
She said it looks stupid.
Jeremy
over
Renner
you.
star in the live action remake of Minions. Your favorite actor, Al? Jeremy Renner?
Jeremy Renner,
Yeah.
as the Minions, or just him a bunch of times like the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, man. You think this is gonna affect the box office numbers for the remaining DC films that are scheduled to come out, like Black Adam, like Shazam?
Because the people going out to theaters to see Black Adam are not the same people going to see Batgirl at home.
And also, like the general audience are not people that are keeping up with all this on Twitter like we do. Like the diehard passionate people that are just
they probably didn't even know about
on their
this.
toes about this. Yeah, they probably didn't. Like Batgirl hasn't even gotten a single teaser, so there's probably people out there like, "Was a Batgirl movie coming out?" You know?
He said that the intelligence level of Bat Cars is so below him.
Well, come on, that's not.
Oh,
don't
agree.
let her fool
Black
you.
Adam. I've never had good vibes about. I'm not even saying it's gonna be a bad movie because I love bad movies. Especially bad action movies, but I never lumped it into this is gonna change my life kind of movie.
You recommended some bad movies in the past.
Yeah, for sure.
So you don't think Black Adam was or is the tentpole event film that The Rock and like the media have been trying to push it to be?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
It feels like honestly from the way they do the trailers and stuff, it just feels like The Mummy again. You know what I mean? Like I know obviously the setting is similar and stuff like that with the desert and all that stuff in Egypt, but it doesn't feel like a blockbuster summer movie. It feels like a fun action movie that happens to take place in the desert.
Man. Hey, listen.
I think it looks great. I think it's going to do fine.
Yeah? I think
yeah.
I don't think it'll be huge, but I think it'll be okay.
So it's black.
It's got the JSA.
So it's black. So for this, Rock is claiming his black side. He's invoking his blackness for this role.
The Rock.
How do you figure?
Because he's playing a Middle Eastern, isn't he?
I think I don't know. It's the Black Adam was the one film to me that was really, I didn't know what to think because it's The Rock, man. And you know what we're gonna get with The Rock? He's gonna play another version of The Rock. He's not playing Black Adam. So to me, that's the biggest worry. It's his performance. Having said that, though, from the trailers that they released, it looks pretty cool, man.
But I think that's also one of the appeals of The Rock is exactly what you're getting. It's gonna be a fun time, not necessarily a good time.
Yeah.
And even like with Kevin Hart too, like this dude has another movie coming out on Netflix this month, and it's just like we're barely getting over your last one, my guy. Chill. But what
Johnson?
you're getting, huh?
Johnson's getting another Netflix movie?
Kevin Hart? Who's Jonathan?
Oh, no, Johnson. I thought you meant The Rock.
Oh, I was like, who's Jonathan?
No, not your husband.
So figure drawing. That was the big thing we were saying, ma'am. That was the big thing we were saying earlier. Is it's exactly like that. Headless chicken. There's no direction, right? No continuity. There's no rhyme and reason to what they're doing. They're just pumping out like whatever they can get out.
Yeah, did you see The Rock? The Rock has like apparently like 5 or something siblings from his dad that his dad just didn't acknowledge or whatever. And there's like a documentary coming out about it called Call Me Lisa. And like all of the siblings got together and did this documentary about reuniting. And I was like, come on, y'all. Like, I know The Rock didn't want nothing to do with that shit. So. And you know what? His daddy picked the moneymaker. He said, I'm a rock with Rock over here.
He knew.
He's the one.
Hey, I think Shazam 2 is gonna be a sleeper hit.
I feel like it will do well.
Yep.
It's not gonna blow out the water. It's not gonna do like breaking records unless what month does it come out in?
December. It's up against Avatar, yo.
They're
If I'm
fucking
not
stupid,
mistaken.
yeah. I cannot.
Well, they're not neck and neck anymore. Avatar got pushed back like a week or two. It's not as bad as it.
We got Roel Torres saying he might be secretly related to the Rags. You better watch
You know what?
Hey.
I have a black father too. I might be.
Oh, okay. Can we do the ancestry there? Can we do that? Man, hey, listen.
But like
Black
what you
Panther
said,
too,
Elle,
I think might struggle.
Elle, what you said about Shazam, that's how I feel about Black Adam and Shazam. They're not going to have huge numbers, but they're going to survive. I think they're both going to be decent again. Yeah.
That's the magic number. That's honestly what I'm thinking as well too.
I agree with that, Jonathan.
You know,
how much let's see how much.
Which is good. That's a good number to make in these times.
So here's
I
the
just broke my phone.
I think in the MCU era of comic book films, a lot of fandoms, unless it hits, you know, a billion.
Oh, y'all.
You know? Hold on now. Just,
no, Shazam
unless
one
the
only
box
made.
office hits a billion numbers, they deem it a flop or a failure, which is absolutely untrue.
That's dumb logic.
It cost $100 million and they only made back 365.
It's a lot of money.
So 265 profit.
Which is not a flop.
No, I'm not saying it's a flop, but for number 2 to make 500 mil,
I think you could do it.
No, I think it'll probably do 120 to 300.
Hold on. We're gonna clip this. You think Shazam 2 will make 120 to 300?
Yeah, especially we're post-COVID times. Like our numbers are already more down than they were
before.
We
gotta do like a friendly wager because there's no way Shazam is only hitting 120.
The first movie only made 365 worldwide in
because
total.
It went up against Avengers.
But I'm saying this one for the second movie to do better than the first one in theaters worldwide.
Yeah.
I don't think it will.
Friendly wager. Let's do some on air on live right now. We got winners.
You do 3 shows, no hat, no glasses.
Yeah. 3 shows, no hat, no glasses.
Yeah, and I do no shows because I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'll do that. When you do 3 shows on camera.
No, I'm doing 3 shows off air. You know what? Ruben can take over as co-host if I'm wrong.
You talk too much.
I don't want it.
Big bark. But listen, no, I think you know, I think Shazam will be okay. I'm not really worried about Shazam. It's got its audience. People know what to expect with that, right?
Oh yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. The only thing to worry about is Avatar. That's it.
Sergio has to say his hair on air.
So that's what I'm trying to do, Roel. I'm trying to say, she's saying, Elle's saying, yo, what was it? Shazam 2.
I liked Shazam, but I'm saying opening weekend it made 53 million, and then worldwide, in total, it only made 365. With a $100 million budget. So it only really brought in 200 something. So I'm saying that there's no way it's going to hit 500 million. No way in the theatrical run. So negative way.
Let's do a friendly.
Okay, do it.
Dance, monkeys, dance.
Do it. Not me, a monkey, and I'm black, but go off, King. But yeah, no.
Don't take it there, ma'am. Don't take it there.
Absolutely.
Don't do that. Don't do us Latinos like that. Come on now. Come on.
Just like when you told me I hate
we're
dogs.
allies.
Mexicans.
Roel's trying to officiate. He's saying if you win the bet, you do 3 shows wearing 2 hats and 2 pairs of glasses.
Look, this is what's not happening if Elle she has to step outside. Right. I'm an indoor cat. I'm not an outdoor cat.
You know what? Just for that, let's just even that, step outside for 10 minutes, yo.
I was outside today.
Oh man. Now come on now. You know Black Adam will do a hell of a lot more than 200 million. A hell of a lot more.
I feel like opening weekend it might do 40 to 60.
Black Adam?
Yeah.
40 to 60?
Yeah.
Wow.
In my heart, I want to say 25. Because who's going to see it? I don't know.
You know what I see Black Adam? I see do a 70 to 80 range opening weekend. I don't think it's gonna be huge, but it'll do decent.
I agree.
You know?
It's got the JSA.
This is what I'm saying. I'm gonna pin this one. I will live longer because I don't go outside.
Indoor cats live longer.
You don't get any sun.
Hey.
You don't get that vitamin D.
Also, Troy's talking
Ruben,
about
always with the comments.
the actual taking the marketing into
Then
consideration.
80% drop in second weekend. Yeah, I think it's gonna I don't see Black Adam being sustainable in the box office. And I already know they have like I wonder I can't recall if this is a part of the popcorn plan that HBO did. Like it's in theaters and then this many days later it's on HBO Max.
I don't think.
Oh no, that's done.
Yeah. I think the Batman was like the last of the DC films for that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. I'm still flabbergasted by you saying Shazam is gonna do 120 mil.
Huh? I didn't say that.
You said 120.
You did say that.
Elle, we got it. Yeah. Like, yo, we're on live. We got
yeah, I think it's gonna. What did I say the range was though? I know I gave a range.
You give a big ass range, like 120 to 300.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy, and then you know what? What about her too? Is like I try to watch God's Favorite Idiot and some of her more recent stuff, and it's just like it's all the same. Even when she did 8. What was that movie? That TV show on Hulu she just did with Nicole Kidman. It was like she's still Melissa McCarthy in it. 200 to 300. Yeah, yeah, okay. He said 120. I did not say 120 to 121.
That's a very specific range. That's tight range.
It sounds like Elle.
Hey, so you know, I one of the reasons I'm just reading now. I'm still on this Batgirl thing. Is so Zaslav is he's emphasizing now. He wants to because you know Warner's Discovery, HBO Max, they were pushing the streaming for a good while. You know, pandemic, all that COVID. But no, they want to forget that. We gotta emphasize on like the tentpole releases, theatrical releases, which. For my personal preference for consuming this kind of stuff is the theater experience, you know, so that doesn't bother me at all. But it's an odd move. It's an odd move, and I'm sure we're gonna get like a whole lot more things coming out in the next few days and weeks. But
well, Thursday is the Warner Brothers Discovery earnings call, so
is it?
We'll get Thursdays, yeah. So we're gonna get something. So it'll be make or break news on Thursday, so we'll see what happens.
Honestly, I think the pandemic kind of spoiled me. I was like a strictly theater person before. You know, I'd had like the monthly pass, like the unlimited movies and stuff. And then once I was like, oh, I don't have to go to the theaters anymore, and I have a pretty dope setup at home. Like, I don't see myself. There's nothing coming out where I feel the need to go to the theaters or that I can't wait to see.
You know what? And a lot, I've been seeing like a lot of people with the same or similar sentiment, right? Now they're preferring streaming. I don't think it's a fad at all. I think streaming will continue to get you know, do larger numbers, and the theater experience it almost become like a niche experience for those, you know, kind of reserved for those huge blockbusters, you know.
I agree.
Which sucks for me. I love to consume, you know, movies big and small, you know, indie and commercial in the theaters, man. There's nothing quite like it for me, man. But I can see how a lot of people are gravitating towards, you know, like in the comfort of their home, right?
And I think a lot of people, you know, once we didn't know what was happening, I feel like a lot of people I know, at least, you know, kind of stepped their game up with their at-home, you know, entertainment setup. Because who knows when, especially when everybody was announcing, oh, this is going straight to streaming. This is going straight to streaming. And the quality difference, like if your setup is proper, and if you're, you know, with the, you know, internet speeds improving, like they're not as bad as they were before. Like it's not a big deal to watch something in 4K or Ultra HD now. So I think it's gonna. I think the streaming isn't going anywhere. It's the fastest way to get product to consumer.
Yeah, I think it's going to continue to grow.
I think streaming is not going anywhere, but studios are going to absolutely push for theatrical presence, even if it's more aggressive. Like, like even Warner Brothers, the whole like 45-day window, that's not happening anymore. At least not with DC films. And
also studios needing to get that ability to get nominated during award season. It has to have a theatrical run. So exactly. Even if it's just a week, which I know a couple movies coming out that only have like a 2-day release, but just to get that buzz going.
Mm-hmm. Man, I don't know.
We went over.
Curiosity, since you're Al, what are you thinking Batgirl would have done in terms?
I don't think it would have went to theaters.
No, it wouldn't have gone. It was an HBO Max exclusive.
It would never have gone to theaters.
No, I don't. There was nothing about this that felt like and if it had gone to theaters, maybe what did Birds of Prey do?
I feel like it would have done Birds of Prey-ish.
No, I feel less. I feel like it probably would have done 20-30.
But that Birds of Prey also didn't flop.
I loved Birds of Prey though.
Birds of Prey didn't. I like Birds of Prey.
That is my least favorite DC movie.
Yeah.
Is it because of women?
Oh, no. You better stop. You know what?
There are so many things wrong with that movie, but we don't have enough time to get into all that.
Name one.
Cassandra Cain. There.
What?
She's a woman?
Shut up.
She's too young.
No, because that's not Cassandra Cain. She was just a little.
But this is, but you got okay. But remember,
we're not getting into this.
These are just movies based on characters, so it's okay if they're not the same. This is a version of a character. Chill.
That is
take a chill pill. Chill.
You wouldn't be saying this if this was.
No, I get it.
If it was who?
I get that.
No, I'm very when it comes to comic book movies, I'm very much open to interpretation. I liked the Batman as much as I liked Batfleck. I don't mind different versions of the same character. So for me, Birds of Prey was fun for what it was. Like it wasn't supposed to be anything more than what it was.
Now look what you're starting here, Al. Look at the.
I don't know.
Al,
you want to start a hashtag?
No, we're not doing it.
He-Man, woman hater, Ruben.
Nice my amigo. Hey, don't do Ruben the homie like that. Hey, listen, figure drawing. Birds of Prey. I'll tell you, I like the movie. I'll tell you why. It was fun. Okay. For me, the standout was Buddy's performance as Black Mask was great.
Yeah.
Ethan Ewan McGregor as Black Mask was fun. It was so much fun.
It was great.
Alongside Zaza, like just that dynamic. That was an under. I think movies like that.
Jonathan, don't get blacklisted on the channel because we were only here for the workout scenes.
Hey,
she said we
were here for everything else.
Again, this is what I'm saying. Catwoman is one of my all-time favorite characters of any comic book characters. I liked Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman for what it was. I liked Zoe Kravitz. The only Catwoman I didn't like, Anne Hathaway, and I've said that before, and I'll say it again. I stand on that mountain. I stand on that hill.
Performance. That's what it was.
But
it was just black. Her Catwoman was black.
I even liked Halle Berry's only because it was something different than just I'm standing here in these shoes, meow, like chill.
Figure Drawing's asking me, is that a movie that I revisited? Yeah, actually, in all seriousness, I've watched it a couple times. At least I want to say 3 or 4 times since I watched it in the theaters.
I've seen it twice.
It's entertaining.
Prove you're not a troll right now, Jonathan. Prove you're not a troll because ain't no way. And we just talked about this on Sunday's show. I love Anne Hathaway, but ain't no way.
Hey, Jonathan, if you're liking, I feel like he would have enjoyed this past Sunday's episode. We got into the whole Batman talk. We were rating the films and then this and that. That was good.
Elle definitely got into it.
Ruben, what happened to your face?
Hey, where's Ruben? Where'd Ruben go? You okay, amigo? You see what you did to my buddy?
I'm sorry, Ruben. I'm sorry.
You're on timeout, man. Come on.
I know. You know what?
Yo.
All right, my bad, guys.
She hurt my feelings. I'm like
Yeah,
drying my tears.
no. Good. Al's on a 30-second timeout, folks.
I don't want people to see.
You can rest easy. You can breathe now. The live chats, feel free to say what you need to say. She's not gonna,
She's flipping us off.
I love it. Bring Ruben back or we riot. Yeah, come on now, man.
Wait, who said that?
Listen, no, but listen, if Jonathan, if you like bad talk discussion, man, check out this past Sunday's episode. What was it? 68? We got deep. And surprisingly, we had a lot of people in the live chats because we were saying the Nolan films are a little overrated. They're a little overrated.
Oh no, I'm saying style. I love a stylized version of a character too. So the Batman and Robin Poison Ivy, I was into it. I liked Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. I liked Jim Carrey. I think like those kind of high camp, like let's be real, they're super campy movies. It's not meant to be like groundbreaking. It's fun.
Yep.
And so I did enjoy. I enjoyed the George Clooney ones. I enjoyed Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton, like none, because I don't feel like none of these. I feel like the difference with the Nolan ones was it was like take me seriously. You know what I mean? It's like okay.
Yeah, it was way too grounded. His Batman films, like I don't want that from a comic book movie. You know what I mean? Which is why like
Uma does it for you.
I'm not even straight, but for Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy, I can't be. And hey, it makes sense. It makes sense, buddy. But yeah, no, like to your point, some that camp, that fun.
Mm-hmm.
It works. It works for certain, comic a lot of comic book properties, right? Birds of Prey was a little campy, made it a whole lot of fun, right?
Where is Ruben? Ruben, are you pooping?
I'm always listening.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta, be nicer to my buddy. Oh, come on. All right. Any other thoughts though, man? Other than this was a bullshit move, a caca move by Zaslav, whoever, WB Discovery. Man, listen, that is such a waste. Yeah. Such a waste.
I think it would have been fun to watch, but for me personally, it wasn't something I was. What happened with the closet? You had a fight in there. You went in there to hide.
No, we just got him back. And
I'm sorry, my bad.
Please.
She's not sorry.
Oh my God. He just came back. Oh, man. No, absolutely. Complete and total waste. A complete and total. Just from a numbers game, a strictly financial perspective. I don't know how you can argue that not pumping an additional X amount for potential reshoots or anything. And then obviously I know you got your marketing to consider and all that, but to throw away 80 to 90 mil.
But I feel like 80 to 90 mil for us is a lot, but to a studio that's making, you know what I mean? I feel it's like almost chump change, but enough chump change to where it's expendable.
And you know what hurts the worst is we're probably never going to know why. We're probably never going to get any concrete reason as to why this happened, which sucks. Like, God knows if even like Leslie Grace and the cast and crew will know what happened. Blah.
Wow. Oh, I'm sure they're cheese. Didn't you say, Elle, she took down her photo of her costume?
Ruben said she unpinned it.
Oh man, that sucks, dude. Oh yeah,
she got in the comments fighting about Suicide Squad too. What if I told you guys I like Suicide Squad original more than number 2?
To each his own. Like I'm
just kidding, but I did like the first one more.
She removed herself. She knew it was such a hot take. Suicide Squad. Listen, I'll say this: the bones of a really good movie were there.
They're gonna make that money right back. Yep.
They will probably make the right off the same with the HBO Max scoops.
This is a hot take, but the first Suicide Squad was really not bad. Like not the dumpster fire people make it out to be.
It wasn't.
I just didn't like the villain. Enchantress, because I read all the Suicide Squad
I
comics.
didn't like Cara Delevingne as Enchantress.
Oh,
I liked her as Enchantress. I just didn't like her as the
No, I
villain.
don't like her as a actress.
The Justice
She's
League Dark kind of thing.
she doesn't serve anything. Like there's no she's kind of just like a blank slate, but she hasn't no, I don't know, but she's not it.
But Suicide Squad 2 is my second favorite DC film.
I'll agree with this take here, figure. I'll agree with that.
What?
Peacemaker greater than
Oh, the white led team is the one you prefer.
I'll take that.
Okay, makes sense. Bald eagles and beers.
My favorite character was
Sigh.
the Pops. He was nice.
It would be the Pops, right? Because
the
you
white-
have a secret
He was
dungeon
the
in your
white
house.
dragon?
right?
The White Dragon. Yo,
Not you saying you're a wizard. Okay,
My
wizard.
favorite character was
listen,
easily-
don't try to pay me, box me. Listen, yo, I'm like, let's how many shades of white you got in you? Get out of here, bro.
Not you saying you're a white Spaniard.
Oh, white, get.
Sergio might be the darkest.
I'm really trying to like.
I take offense to that, Ruben.
Is it wrong though?
Yeah, my left arm is darker than Sergio because I have it out the car when I drive. It's in the window. So yeah,
Why?
the left side
You're
of my
doing
body.
this?
No, but I set my arm in the window when I drive. So like my left side of my
You
body.
know you don't do that.
She's doing that while she's pumping her Alanis
No.
Morissette.
And
She's
Sing it, go
blaring
ahead,
her
Sergio.
like blaring her '90s girl pop.
Uh-oh.
100%. 100%.
Blair Lil Kim and Ciara and
Not Ciara.
Missy Elliott.
Let's see. Not you saying I only listen to hip hop. Oh.
Oh
Hey.
no, just like old school shit.
Hey, lest we forget, Michael Keaton was robbed. Us as fans, never mind. Us as fans, as geeks, as nerds, as DC lovers. Do you know how badly I wanted to see
Twice,
Keaton?
right? Because Flash gets shelved, and that's twice he got.
Well, no, like I don't think his role in Batgirl was all that big. From the test screening stuff I read, I heard it was like a beginning and ending presence. I think he's going to have a much
This
bigger
might be
presence
good.
In the Flash?
Flash.
Yeah. I mean, however big his role was, it still would have been dope to see him, man, in that movie, yo. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm cheesed. I'm having I got my 6 of Corona waiting for me in the fridge, man. I'm just
Michael Keaton curse.
gonna sleep on this one. Yeah. Any final thoughts, guys, before we get out of here? Wrap this one up. Oh, we've been doing 70 minutes now. Let's go. Yeah.
What happened to that 35-minute talk?
Yeah. What
I
happened?
know. I'm very the way that like I have like it's just I'm so sweaty right now. So
Ooh.
whatever it is, what it is.
Ooh. Okay. You got the headphones on, your earlobes on.
Yeah, my ears are wet. I'm probably gonna get an ear infection from the steam.
Hey, thank you so much, Roel Torres, writer of Franken Rocker and the Jailbait Punks, man. Out now, issue number 2 was a whole lot of fun, buddy. Thank you for coming through, man.
It's gonna
And
be
looking
good.
forward to issue number 3, folks. Go check it out. Franken Rocker and the Jailbait Punks, man. Fun stuff. Kooky, crazy, gray aliens versus what? Lizard people, man. Just wild shit, man. Hey, thank you to everybody who hung out with us. Ruben, thank you for putting up with Elle's shenanigans and bullying to the power of 3 today. Jeez, Elle, you really
It
went.
wasn't easy, but I'm here.
Hey, I don't know how you do it, buddy. But
channel
we
comes
appreciate
first.
you hopping on with us, man. Everybody who joined us, Jonathan, Figure Drawing, Roel, Deviant, everybody who was in the chats earlier, man. Thank you guys for hanging out. And this Sunday, we're hanging out with Dave Baker, Eisner-nominated writer of Fuck Off Squad. His Eisner-nominated.
Thank you, Roel.
What was his book that he just got Eisner-nominated for?
Everyone is Tulip.
Everyone is Tulip. The critically acclaimed Night Hunters, one of my favorites. He's hanging out with us on Sunday. We're live every Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern. So my God, Leah, shout out. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody. Thanks for hanging out. This has been another episode of the House of Nerd Show. Special House of Nerd News Network. We out, baby.
Let's do this again.
Yeah, do it. How you gonna say bye-bye?
Bye.
Bye. We out.
Bye.